The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And tonight on DC News Now at 5, we're learning more about the DC teacher who died after being tased by police in Los Angeles, what people in the district are saying tonight. Also, stretching your dollar, the price of used cars seems to be getting cheaper, but is now a good time to buy? We'll have the answer.
Well, it has been noticeably breezier out there today, and those wind speeds, they don't look to let up anytime soon this evening. When might we finally calm things down? As we get into the weekend, we'll have a check of that forecast here in just a bit.
Thank you, Damon, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall.
You're trying to do it for me. You're trying to do it. Stop it. Stop it, I'm gonna tase you.
Developing now, a D.C. teacher is dead after being tased by police in Los Angeles. 31-year-old Keenan Anderson, who is the cousin of a Black Lives Matter co-founder, allegedly got into a fight with police during a traffic stop, causing at least one officer to tase him. Anderson, D.C.'s school community, coming to grips with the loss of one of its own. DC News Now's Randy Bass is outside of the Digital Pioneers Academy in Southeast, where they were trying to figure out what happened so far.
Today, students here at Digital Pioneers Academy in Southeast are home from school after learning new details about the death of 10th grade English teacher Keenan Anderson. New body camera footage from the LAPD show the final hours of Anderson's life after he was tased by officers.
I don't want to be in the black. Over here.
Police tried to get Anderson onto the ground after officers say he got into a car crash. LAPD called his behavior erratic, and once he sat down, more officers arrived, and that's when he tried to get away again. When he wouldn't stay still, officers tased him multiple times. Several hours later, he went into cardiac arrest at a hospital and died. LAPD says toxicology reports showed he had both cannabis and cocaine in his system at the time.
We have not even probable cause to this point to understand what influences resulted in this, in Mr. Anderson's death. We do know that the police were involved, and we grappled with him and wrestled with him, and a taser was involved.
Family members and activists here in D.C. and across the country in L.A. are speaking out in the wake of Anderson's death, saying the repeated shocks were an excessive use of force.
Is it really any wonder that after 7 times of being shocked with a taser, Mr. Anderson's heart does not withstand that trauma?
This morning, his school community remembering him in a statement and sharing photos of him working with students. Digital Pioneers Academy saying, in part, our community is grieving, but we are also angry that once again, a known, loved, and respected member of our community is no longer with us, angry that another talented, beautiful black soul is gone too soon. In that same statement, the school system also saying it lost both a 14-year-old and 15-year-old students to gun violence earlier this year. We've also learned BLM of Los Angeles is planning a vigil in Anderson's honor over the weekend. In Southeast, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thank you. Starting Friday night with a live look outside. We had some spots of sun shining through today, and it felt pretty warm outside. Heading over to now to meteorologist Damon Matson, really with the check on the forecast. Hey, Damon, are we going to have a warmer weekend than we can expect?
Doesn't look like it, Mark. Okay. Behind all of that rain we experienced last evening, things have changed now as we go into the start of the weekend. One thing to notice, too, this camera is not stopped moving. It continues to wobble here because it's breezy out there with those temperatures also on the decline. So, yeah, it's going to be a blustery and chilly beginning to the weekend. No doubt. Here are those current wind speeds. It's been steady like this all day at about 10 to 20 miles per hour throughout the entire viewing area. And then on occasion, we've had those wind gusts peaking as high as 30 miles an hour in D.C. back across the I-81 corridor and along those highest ridge tops, the Blue Ridge Mountains back toward the Allegheny front. There have been occasional gusts up to 40 miles an hour. Nothing we can't handle and nothing that's going to be some something that we won't be able to deal with moving forward, but it's going to be noticeable. Check it out. Through this evening, we are going to watch as those temperatures fall back down easily into the 30s. We are going to be having that variable cloud cover out there as well. And once those air temperatures drop down, you factor in the wind. We're talking about a little bit of a wind chill as we get into the overnight hours and then even into the start of the day on Saturday. So we have the cold, we have the wind sticking with us. Should we be expecting any precipitation along with that, or will it stay dry this weekend? Your full forecast is coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Developing now, it's been a violent and emotional week with several young children hurt by gun violence around the city. 3 were shot and 1 of them died. Community leaders say they've had enough. A council member and residents just recently wrapped up a community meeting just a few moments ago in the Brightwood neighborhood where the most recent incident took place. DC News Now's Dave Laval is there. Dave, obviously the concern continues. What's the latest?
Well, Mark, I can tell you the emotions here are pretty much what you would expect after a week we've had. People are angry, they're upset, and they want it all to stop, especially concerning gun violence, and especially where young children all of a sudden have become the victims. Ward 4 council member Janice Lewis George organized today's call for ceasefire to stop gun violence. Other community representatives joined her. Lewis George represents this area, including Sheridan Street and 14th Street Northwest. A gunman wounded a 9-year-old girl and 6-year-old boy Wednesday afternoon after they got off a Metro bus. Police said a fight on the bus triggered the shootings. It happened just days after a city employee shot and killed 13-year-old Karan Blake on Quincy Street Northeast. Police said the unidentified man believed Blake broke into several cars. He's the second juvenile killed in the city this year, while several others have been wounded. Lewis George told us this type of violence has to end, and it's time to put down the guns.
We're tired. We're all tired. Showing up at crime scenes every day. Our pastors having to do funerals for children, for young people. A potential is not realized.
The council member and others pointed out that there are other nonviolent ways for young people, teens, gangs to settle their differences instead of turning to guns. There's also been a call for a 3-day prayers or 3 days worth of prayers around the city. We are live. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Dave, thank you. New video tonight. Take a look at this. A tractor trailer collided with this gas station in Allegheny County, Maryland. What caused the crash remains under investigation. The good news, the driver was sent to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Well, we're now on day 3 of the Loudoun County transit strike, and workers are demanding better wages and better benefits. Public transportation company Keolis has been contracted to operate Loudoun Transit since April 2021. The transit union met with the company Wednesday and Thursday, but union members say that offers were not met and the company was not willing to negotiate. Bus drivers are asking for more support from the company. The company says they increased wages by 30% last June and that benefits are similar or better than other transit agencies. Well, new tonight, according to the school officials, an employee at Weiss Junior High School in Prince George's County accidentally emailed sexually explicit photos to all students. DC News Now's anchor Chris Flanagan is here to break it all down for us. Good evening, Chris.
Yeah, Mark, good evening. The school says they took immediate action to retract the email, but many students had already seen the photos and shared them. So here's what we know at this hour. This here was a letter that was sent out to parents from Weiss Junior High School. The letter asks students not to share the photos. The school also advised students and mental health counselors are available for support. Now, it should be noted at this time, the school is not naming the employee and they have not said what actions they're taking. Reporting in the studio, I'm Chris Flanagan, DC News Now.
Chris Flanagan, thank you. A financial fight is brewing in Washington with the U.S. just days away from hitting the debt ceiling. When that happens, there's likely to be a showdown in Congress over how to raise the country's debt limit. Hannah Brand is in Washington to break down what to expect.
The U.S. is set to max out its debt limit on Thursday.
America
over time occasionally hits the debt ceiling because it's like a credit card limit.
Once that happens, the clock starts ticking for lawmakers to raise the debt ceiling or put the country at risk of defaulting. Congressman Brendan Boyle warns that could spark a global financial meltdown.
The debt ceiling should not ever be something we play around with.
But many Republicans argue it isn't fiscally smart or sustainable to just keep raising the limit. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy insists the country needs a better spending plan.
When does it end? We've got to change the way we are spending money wastefully in this country.
Republicans' control of the House gives them more power in negotiations, and they say they'll only agree to a debt increase if it's linked to cuts in spending.
I intend to use the debt ceiling to ensure that we get fiscal and structural reforms.
Congressman Chip Roy promises he won't back down until the U.S. is on a more financially responsible path. Democrats worry that will mean cuts to programs like Social Security and Medicare. But Congressman Richard Neal says he's ready to start negotiating.
Better to have the discussion right now. Let's set the table. Let's get to the debate.
Speaker McCarthy says he's already brought up the issue with President Biden.
I told him I'd like to sit down with him early and work through these challenges.
Once the U.S. does hit the debt ceiling, lawmakers will likely only have until this summer before the country defaults. In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
Well, happening tonight, people have another shot at the huge Mega Millions jackpot prize. The prize has grown to $1.35 billion. That's the second highest in the game's history. Nearly all winners take the cash payout option, which is estimated above $700 million for tonight's drawing. And still ahead on the news at 5, after a 6-year-old shot and injured a teacher in Newport News, hundreds of moms came to the Virginia State Capitol. What they're urging lawmakers to do tonight.
And used car prices, they are going down. How the cost of a set of wheels today compares to highs back at the height of the pandemic. We are stretching your dollar right around the corner.
Thank you, Ben. You're watching DC News Now at 5, covering the news where you live, from Washington, D.C. to West Virginia. Please stick around. We'll be right back with more.